Well, I'll tell you this. By the sounds of that, by like week 6, you're going to have a fresh Steely Dan Charger song on your show with Rob and Pat. And it's because things are not going well.
Geoff's running down the road, trying to loosen his load. He's got Justin Herbert on his mind. Pass to McConkey. It's a touchdown to Chiefs. They're dead, my friend. Yeah. Go Chargers. High voltage.
Pat Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience 3M Open Picks, Bets, Preview Plus, the Open Championship Recap were presented by Underdog. Use code Mayo because Jeffrey, I don't know if they have any money left because I may have taken all the money from Underdog over the weekend. It was great.
Congratulations, Cameron. Sorry, Patrick.
I'm Patrick. Cam's also here, by the way, to help us recap and make these picks.
I ruined a surprise, but I was just staring at his beautiful face on my screen here, and I just, Pat, what a score! Great score. Was that like a full session? Like
that is the season long. That is the best ball drafts. I made 3 of the finals. I had 4 teams and walked away with $27,500.
Incredible. And that's U.S. funds to us Canadian folks. So that's like real money.
Tax-free money.
You want to buy a house? Sounds like you're flush.
Listen, Cam,
you name an offer, it's yours.
Cam,
I will buy your house and content.
I had some tax problems. Now I don't.
Oh, there we go. Nobody likes the tax, man. I didn't do mine for 8 years. That was fun. Another gerbil up my ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just such a stooge.
Well,
everything I do wrong.
We've got a friend who's still going strong, and he claimed, the CRA. He'd been hiding from the CRA forever. A good friend, Cam.
We know. Yeah, we don't name names on the show, but I had to. Now that I had this house project and I had to get back in the community, I sit there. I go, okay, well, I've done my taxes like 7-8 years, and it wasn't fun. But you know what? Now I'm back on the grid, and that's good because I need to be. When you got to do things, you know what I mean, like borrow money, HELOCs, and all this other bullshit. Honestly, I'm never owning a house again. I'm going to rent for the rest of my life. This has been the worst fucking decision I've ever made. And I can't wait, Pat. I wish you won $1 million and just take it from me. I'm gone. I'll move to Halifax if you buy my house. So you have 2 domiciles, mine and yours.
All right. Well, I can't. I don't need to own like 7 houses, okay?
Well, you sound like you're doing pretty good on Underdog. Can I get a loan? Is that possible? And now you have kids. Let's see. If you didn't have children, we can actually talk right now. But
if you didn't have children. Well done, Pat. Awesome. You knew going into the weekend, though, you were sitting pretty, I feel. When we had spoken on Friday, you were like locked into some real serious cheddar, I think. No?
Yeah, I was locked into second or third. Shout out to Justin McMahon. He ended up winning the 40K in the big scramble. I couldn't catch up to him because he got way too many guys through the cut line. Fortunately, I got my 7 through. Best 6 scores count, so that's always helpful. And then everyone else behind me, except for the guy directly behind me, he got 6 guys through, so we had to take everyone's score. And then by midway through Sunday, I was like, all right, because we both had Siwoo and Sam Burns. And then I would like to give a special shout out to Eric Cole. Eric Cole won me all this money. At the John Deere Classic, Cam, he was 5 over after the first round and shot 7 under to make the cut and then play the weekend. At the Open Championship this weekend, he was again 5 over after the first round, or 6 over, and then shot 65 to make the cut and then go through to the weekend. So Eric Cole is the real hero here.
I'm going to tell you a story about Eric Cole.
Cole Kane.
It's a love-hate relationship, okay? Cole Kane, this guy, I have him first-round leader one time. Then I started this housing project. I forgot to put bets in 1 week. He's first-round leader. But also, this guy has screwed me, but he's also helped me. He's like, you know what it is, Pat, with Eric Cole? He seems to be an all in or all shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's no middle ground with this guy. When he lost to Henley in a playoff, I had him and I actually hedged out because I needed cash. But Eric Cole's been pretty good to me. I can't lie to you, and I'm proud that he helped you out. I'm a fan of Eric Cole, actually. I'd like to see him win.
Well, I've heard you once describe yourself as having a serious cocaine problem.
Yeah,
on this network.
Yes. Any players after drugs or drinking, Jager bomb, cocaine. Anyway, like one of these things, like, Pat, how we have themes with the NFL show. I might just do like an alcohol and drug theme and just put a lineup together. Sounds pretty good to me.
I would like to see the reaches that ends up going to. Of note, tomorrow, no DraftKings show. DraftKings show is done for the year for golf, unless there's something big that ends up happening. But Keith is on vacation, so Blickle will be stepping in for the final word, and we will start covering a few DraftKings stuff on that. So if you're looking for the DFS content, that'll be out late on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, because Tuesdays and Thursdays are reserved for football. From now on, Cam and Rob are actually joining me tomorrow for the AFC West Best Bets, Geoff.
Listen, I've been in an office with Pizzola quite a bit this spring, and even on stuff where I'm not around. I just watch stuff he puts out. He's been talking very highly of the Chargers. He might know, like, obviously he'll know I'm watching. He might just like bash them on your show just to get me angry, but I wouldn't even believe it.
Jeff,
I know
I'm going to tell you something.
Loves the Chargers.
I think the Chargers could win the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I already think they can be win the AFC West. I put that bet in. I have their wins total over. Remember, what the fuck's going on here? They had two of the best offensive linemen in the league gone, and they still did things. Herbert's going to step it up this year. They're lethal. I worry a little bit, maybe giving up some points if they had one more star on defense. But I'm going to tell you, I think they're better than the Chiefs. I think they're better than the Broncos. I love the Chargers this year. I think their win total's too low.
Well, I'll tell you this. By the sounds of that, by like week 6, you're going to have a fresh Steely Dan Chargers song on your show with Rob and Pat, and it's things are not going well.
Geoff's running down the road, trying to loosen his load. He's got Justin Herbert on his mind. Pass to McConkey. It's a touchdown to Chiefs. They're dead, my friend. Yeah. Go Chargers. High voltage.
Well, let's make a prediction. Who finishes better? Justin Herbert this year in the NFL or Lucas Herbert at the Open Championship with his T6?
Ooh, wow. I'll go Chargers. But nice question.
They have to win a playoff game to get to the 6th bracket.
Yeah.
They'll
be there.
I don't know. Shout out to
Jeff.
Shout out Cam. I heard you, and shout out Sky, who had Justin Herbert low live. And I saw you were Justin Herbert, Lucas Herbert touter last week a bit.
A little bit, but you know what I mean? I got to be honest with you, Jeff. Like, I'm not doing things the way I used to. I've kind of gone in the opposite direction. I used to in the old days when I had issues, I would gamble more. But now I'm adult, I'm gambling less. But I will say this, we can get into the recap, Pat. But I told my buddies you're here, Larry Lazio showed up, and my boy Joyner, the foreman. And I told them, I go, Brian Fox is winning this golf tournament. And this guy is a killer. I love him. He won the Canadian Open. I think he's one of the most underrated players on tour. He nuts shots when he needs to. And that's the beautiful thing about golf. A lot of these high, ranked players and whatever, I don't want them under pressure. Ryan Fox is just an absolute beast. Bogey, then a birdie. Big fan, Pat. Like, I love Ryan Fox, actually. He's one of my favorite golfers.
I threw this, I was making my notes about the recap. And if people watch the Cut Sweat show, they know that Geoff missed Sunday's round. Were you able to catch up at all, Geoff?
Yeah, I caught up. I did my best. The thing with me, Pat, is I go into these like rabbit holes of just wanting to watch a lot of post-round interviews. So other than, watching Fox's like final 6 holes and watching deep diving the Scottie drop, and some post-round interviews, that was the extent of it for me on what I saw. So, yeah, that was really weird. I didn't get to see anything, but sometimes you got to just be a grown-up. And I think I would have, deeply regretted not participating with my family to see Ryan Fox win a major. But I tell you, when we were, pulling in and I was about to lose signals on everything for hours, and I see that Tommy Fleetwood hit a 78-footer on one. I thought I didn't have no money on Tommy. I thought, oh my God, it's gonna be the most magical day ever for Tommy Ladd. Obviously wasn't, but no, I'm a little behind. There's more big picture things I'll participate in, but you and Cam can go at the recap.
I thought I was rooting for Fox. I had no financial incentive for it, but just watching it in real time, I was like, well, I was rooting for Siwoo, but then it became evidently clear, Cam, that Siwoo got a case of the nerves go. Once he wasn't able to chip anymore, that was the end of Siwoo.
It's unbelievable. You can actually see these things happening. And at first I'm like, here comes Siwoo. And then you see him just crumble, right? Where other guys got stronger. I'll give Sam Burns a little bit of credit. He had a couple loose shots, put it in the penalty area, and he tried to grind back. But shout out to my girlfriend, Lisa, who's obviously a better capper than me. She had Cam Young. And I told her to put in our bets with the Burns and Young. And You know, she must be sitting there, and obviously I'm busy and I didn't have time to hedge and whatever, and working with this World Cup final. Like afterwards, I had a lot of things going on. So, but I'm going to tell you, Pat, my girlfriend, after a couple Stolies, is a better capper than almost anybody I know. She just randomly throws darts and they always come in second or win. Like, it's crazy.
Cammy, I bet Cam Young yesterday morning in the car 40-1. I think that might have been after the third birdie.
Wow.
After the third birdie dropped to 40, I'm like, I don't know, hope and a prayer. I will say Saturday morning, woke up obviously early, still young kids in the house. I saw Ryan Fox. I think he was 4 under. I mean, not that I thought to bet it. It was 150-1 when he was 4 under early on his Saturday. What did he finish on? 7 under? What did he shoot on? No, 8 under, right?
Yeah, he was 62.
Yeah.
He and Herbert were both Herbert was 62
Animals.
on Friday, and Ryan Fox was 62 on Saturday. Burns was 62 on Friday as well.
No disrespect. Golf is golf. Talking about these modern 62s, it's like having a discussion about like passing yards in the NFL versus guys from the past. It's not a fair conversation.
There were 3 62s on this course, which is 8 under, and the winning score was 10 under. So it's not like it played easy.
I don't care. I'm not saying it played easy. I'm not saying 62 isn't a great accomplishment. I don't think 62 today, at least the ones we've seen, are worth the 62 of yesterday. I don't even think that's like a hot take. With no sport is more aided in technology. These guys TrackMan their whole freaking lives. I'm not saying the course wasn't difficult. I'm not saying the course wasn't great. But there's no way a 62 today holds up with the 62 yesterday.
I couldn't agree with Geoff more. Think about the back in the days. These woods they're using are like the size of almost a golf ball. You're playing persimmons. Yeah, it's a whole different world. These drivers are like frying pans right now. Fuck, great, Pat. Look at the technology, the shafts, everything. My buddy had a take about, I know it's fucking crazy, but it'll never happen. He kind of wants to have like at the Masters, like a Masters ball. Everyone plays like the same type of ball and stuff like that. But how are you going to do that when guys are on Strixon, TaylorMade, all the other balls out there, Titleist? So you can't really have it, Geoff. I don't know how you feel about conforming, but I don't mind it actually.
You know, in like the real world, like trying to like deal with real problems, you know, everyone's accused of, you know, like Big Pharma. The problem in can't get through Big Pharma. The golf, these equipment manufacturers control the game.
Jeff,
they actually
hold on,
control the game. The problem is they put so much money into the game that they have to be respected and deeply considered. But even like they make the stars. You want to know who's like why isn't a guy with wins more popular? Because these brands got to make commercials around them, got to make them the faces on certain banners in stores. Right? Like they control so much of everything that happens. And yeah, you would think in the same way, you know, there's certain entities in the real world that, you know, just don't make the right switches or make things easy. There's no way the big equipment manufacturers are going to play ball. You think they fight over tooth and nail for anything like that. But I don't think it's as far off as maybe as you might think, the Masters ball. You
Jeff,
never know.
Did you want to unplug your cord to your mic and plug it back in? Because we're picking up like random static as you're going through. But Jeff's point about like the TrackManification of golf, that's why it was, to me, that's why it was so fun to see Ryan Fox win. And you guys will probably agree with this, and I know most of the viewers won't because they won't understand. But the rooting interest in Ryan Fox for me at some point became like, hey, this is a dude from New Zealand. Like Michael Campbell's the only other New Zealand winner of all time of a major. It reminds me a lot of Canadian golf in a way where having this one guy go out and win is such a big boom for the sport in that country that I don't feel like that was talked enough on the broadcast about how important this is going to be for New Zealand golf.
Well, remember one thing about New Zealand, right? And my girlfriend lived there for a very long time. Like Australia, they basically slap around New Zealand like they're their bitch. But New Zealand's really good at a lot of things, as in rugby and other sports. So when they do well, they call it Australasia because they don't want to give it New Zealand any credit. It's like, it's like basically it's Canada, the US. Let's call it for what it is, right? New Zealand has more sheep than people. That's a fact. You can actually check that out. And I'll tell you, I cheer for Ryan Fox because he's a man, because he's not Bryson DeChambeau, because he steps up and he delivers. Like, the guy was a professional rugby player, for God's sakes. I think he did some boxing. Like, he's an animal. Like, I love everything about him, his demeanor, the way he takes care of business. He's humble. Hell, he won the Canadian Open too. Like, imagine this guy wins a U.S. Open. You get British, Canadian, U.S. That'd be amazing. I love Ryan Fox.
Yeah, he doesn't have the TrackMan swing, Jeff.
No,
he certainly doesn't. But you see a lot of late bloomers and athletes have weird swings, right? Just finding out he didn't even really seriously pick up golf to his mid-teens. People thinking like that's a positive for others. The athletic stock from which this guy comes from. His dad is apparently a rugby legend.
Yeah.
He's a brick shit house. Like, yeah.
Let's just say this, Jeff. Let's just say this. If we had PGA Tour Fight Club, Ryan Fox is going very far. Like, imagine he just takes Scheffler, breaks him in half. Xander Schauffele's out. Like, if it was like an MMA PGA Tour guy, Fox is like one of the guys I think would go very deep. That's just my opinion. I think he's a killer.
So what you're saying is that
Americans win events so often that I don't know that they like resonate with the rest of the world who like that comp to Weir, I think, is fair in the sense of like how it really transformed things in a way. It was like such an incredible moment. Like, American golf fans win so often. I don't know that they default cheer for an American though. Like, certain situations, yes. And obviously Cam is very, just you put that Peter Millar on that American flag behind him, and it's just from above.
I'm glad. Listen, I know I'm sorry you lost your 40-1 on Cam Young. I'm glad that Cam Young didn't win in this way. I want him to win a major. This is not how I wanted it to go.
Yeah, sure.
You need money, right? But in the end, I'm like, it was actually weird, Pat. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I got Burns and Young. And when Ryan Fox won, I put some money on him, like, deep when he started to make a run. I did not a huge number, but I like Ryan Fox. It was one of the ones that I wasn't mad about at the end, going, wow, I could have won a lot of money and I need a lot of money. I'm in trouble with this stuff. And I was happy for him at the end. And that just tells you, like, I took the gambling away from it. I'm like, who the fuck do I want to win this golf?
So
who's a man? That guy's a man.
Full disclosure, I'm obviously, in the northern country in the woods. I could get reception at certain points. I'm sure a buddy of mine might have a really funny picture of me like by the water, like reaching to the skies for a signal. Got a bit of open radio. I found by like the infirmary, by like the health center, I was getting the best signal.
What the hell are you talking about, Jeff?
I was away. I didn't get to watch yesterday. My daughter's at summer camp.
Oh.
Their visitors' day, overnight camp, their visitors' day was supposed to be Saturday. There was like horrible weather on Saturday.
Yeah, tornado warnings here.
Yeah, they moved it to Sunday. Whatever. I had to just suck it up. Not thrilled. Didn't get to watch soccer for a month and a half. Didn't get to see the final, but that looked like it was Jets versus Browns. From what I
honest to God, if that was a football game, Spain would have like the score would have been 57-0, 3. Like they dominated possession.
But Pat, you'll find this funny. So how I'm actually tracking the end of it is on the websites, the betting sites. They have a tracker. I get a bit of a signal. I found a spot with a signal. I got it to Ryan Fox hit ball on 3, and then it just went blank. It went blank. But I actually knew that he had won because by it going blank, I think that was the website, the betting website
shutting down.
The event is over.
Yeah, putting up the lock.
Like that ball is in the hole. They don't have to tell you anything else. The event is over. It disappears. So I actually kind of knew he hit it, but there was like 4 minutes where I couldn't get a signal, and I'm trying to like update, scroll, leaderboard, Twitter. Like, does anyone have a reaction? And then I finally saw it, and all you can do, even after watching it back, is be like, holy shit, what a performance. If he was like a pure stock golfer, like say for lack of a better term, it's a couple guys I'm a slut for. I'll lose more money than whatever. Like a Ludwig or a Victor did that. We would like that performance would be hailed like from the ages. Those like bunker shots, the par save on 13, like all of it. I don't think
Jeff.
it's getting enough respect.
Exactly.
Like,
That's the whole thing.
Like, it was like a legitimate, we acknowledged he's a star or going to be a superstar, did that, we would have a coronation today. Not just one major. We would be like, that was one of the greatest things ever. But it's this 39-year-old freaking New Zealander, and it's almost being underplayed. Now, maybe like if I was on the internet in the direct hour after it ended, you could, like, I may have seen that. But I felt like I didn't. And even the post, there's, I mean, what a great week, but I almost feel like it's being undersold. What the hell just happened there?
Undersold. Didn't he shoot a 29 on Patty? Went 7 birdies. Like, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like Ryan Fox, he bogeys a hole and then he hits a huge par putt. Boom, birdie. Like, you know what I mean? This guy's just like a fighter. He takes shots and he comes back. Other guys just watch them. I'm melting. Ooh, fuck off. Like, I'm withering. This guy
didn't make a putt over 4 feet. He hit 15 of 18 greens.
Oh, they're big greens.
I don't know. I just saw the stats. It killed. Like, just go out, shoot 3 on 4.
And as for Bryson DeChambeau, that fucking numbnuts, I don't care how popular he is on the internet. He's a fucking joke. Nobody walks through fescue with long strides like that, tips the club like, okay, bud, then you're going to go fucking bonkers on 2 guys from the RNA. It's a 2-shot penalty. And those guys on Golf Channel, I'll give Chambly and all those guys credit. McGinley, they ripped that guy. You know, spoil, like, whatever. Not a man. How many times have we seen balls oscillate? Dustin Johnson, Geoff, remember at the wedding? He should have won. He should have won that tournament. Bullshit when Keimer won. Carl Peterson with an oscillated ball. Like, be a man and take your penalty. And this fucking guy's acting like a 5-year-old who didn't get his ice cream. It makes me sick. I'm so sick and tired of that fucking guy. Like, honest to God, like, who are you? Are you a child or are you a man? Step up and deliver, you fucking tool. I hate that guy. Sorry.
Jeff,
Campbell's an idiot.
Did you see that he said he was going to call Trump and the RNA was like, you can't do that.
Yeah, whatever.
So disgusting. I even think like Trump even getting involved in the soccer was disgusting.
Yeah, it's enough.
The fact, like, even threatening, there were like the memes of Tiger gets in a car accident, I gotta call Trump.
Yeah.
Like, fuck these guys. And then you can think you guys, have your assumptions about me. But like, I don't think everything. That's fuck those guys. Like, that's the most pathetic card in the world. It's like worse than I'm gonna call my dad or something. Like,
it's embarrassing.
Like it's
the guy's having a temper tantrum with the guy.
I have a lot.
Like, wake up, dude. Like,
Pat, I like went to bed. Like, we did the live stream. We did the Cut Sweat show. It's so much fun Friday. And you can't fathom what could happen. Like, we were on the air for like 3 hours. Usually it's over. I can't wait to get off the air. And that Bryson things happens. And I am like, it was like the adrenaline rush I was getting watching it. I loved every second of it. But I think it was like gorging on McDonald's. And then when it was over and I was like just later at night alone in my thoughts, I'm like, that was disgusting. That was horrible.
You're right,
The
Jeff.
RNA,
I can't go
those rules officials should have never gotten in the bush with him. Like, that was just so embarrassing for everyone. I can't believe it's like watching like a fight. Then you get home, you're like, that was so embarrassing that like I cheered that on, or like, it was just such a pathetic scene. It was such a bad look, I think, for everyone involved. And obviously we can debate the penalty. And I think the problem with the penalty is that, we watch a lot of golf. The people watching the show watch a lot of golf. I mean, that's where you want to, I'm going to do something that might annoy Pat, but it'll be for 1 second, literally 1 second, because I'm bringing it right back. Neiman got a penalty, but he like drove 100 in a 50. He deserved it, if by all accounts of what they said. This is Bryson. Like, how do you give that penalty with what we see week in, week out?
I'm going to tell you though, Jeff, I think he deserved the penalty. He deserved the penalty. The guy walked into the fescue like with a long strike. Just watch the tape.
No, I understand. I do think he deserved it. But like we see, and it's so unfortunate that, he's just the whipping boy of it because he's walked through the fire. There's footage of like Wyndham at 2 weeks ago doing egregious shit. Like, that's where you want to call this penalty. Where I think the tour has got a problem and this is where you want to call it, like in a deep bush. We can't really even see what's going on. This is the line. This is the place. Neiman, they picked the place. They picked a guy going 100 and a 50. We don't even have video of it, although apparently it exists. We've never seen it. And they may have been like, Joachim, we're going to release the video unless you like hands. He's like, okay. I'll take the 2 strokes. I just cannot believe, and I know the RNA is not the PGA Tour, but maybe our problem is the PGA Tour lets these guys run amok.
You're right.
Let's these guys run amok.
You're so
and
right.
That's the problem.
It is, man. You nailed it on the head. The RNA, these guys are all business. The PGA Tour,
we'll
fucking
talk about
wackies.
the Scottie thing and all business.
Whatever. Here's the bottom line. Take a look at these guys who got penalties. It's almost weird that they're all live guys now too. Hey, Pat, take a look. Like guys like Reed, DeChambeau, Neiman. Like, no, I'm just saying, Geoff, it's kind of odd.
It is weird. It is weird, but I don't know.
I know. I'm not saying they're correlated. I'm just saying it's very interesting. Like when Pat puts a model together and it comes out and you look at all the guys that get penalties and a high percentage are live guys. Bottom line is this. The PGA Tour, these guys are so lax. We see guys cheat all the time. We see guys improve lies. Like we're watching it and nothing happens. I'm glad these guys stepped in because the RNA are all fucking business. You know what? And the PGA Tour should be more like them. These guys love golf. Every little thing matters, Geoff. And you know what? It could have been.
And they had to find other ones. They had to find another one too. They had to penalize another player. Just penalizing Bryson in the high bush when we all know like this is happening. Other guys, I'm sure we could break down other people's film. You had to find another penalty. To have that be the only penalty, I think is just a really bad. It left a bad taste in my mouth. And when we were watching it live, when they first showed the replay, I bucked out of my chair. I screamed, like he clutched his leg. Like I saw those big steps, Cam, because I'm the sort of guy. I mean, I don't play for money. And I'd be afraid to actually cheat in like an actual event because I'd rather lose by 10 than like have anyone in my club be like, I think Fienberg cheated. And I'll tell you, it's very unsettling having played in one club event, got my second ever this week. But when you're playing with a guy who all your friends like tell you is a cheater, it's like very distracting actually to like the mindset, to be perfectly honest. And as a golfer, you almost have to trust for your own brain. Yeah, you have to just trust that everyone is like keeping the rules, or your own brain would probably like run wild.
Well, I think that there is a difference, and I think it was presented this way as well. And when you read comments online, it's going to veer one way or another. I think that he broke the rules. I don't think that he cheated. I don't think he tried to cheat when he was doing it. I think that there wasn't an intention to cheat from what he did, at least in my mind. I don't think that he did. And based on, just reading some of the people that I've talked to who were over there, they talked to some of the other players, caddies off the record. And it was more of, he probably should have got a penalty, but they're like, lots of people probably should have got a penalty too. They thought it was kind of unfair that he got pointed out, although they all kind of agree that it is a penalty. But if you're only going to give it to him, it seems kind of strange.
In my quest to break 90 and my ball is against the collar on the green, I'm standing behind that thing and I'm squishing. But we're not playing for money. And if we're having drinks later and I'm just trying to break 90 here. Like, you want to hold that against me, hold it against me. But these guys, they've like perfected all the tricks. They got these shots and like first they know they're not hitting a wood, Cam. And they take out the wood, They stand behind the ball, they do the thing, pretending they're just like thinking about a shot, having like a guy in on deck circle. You're just having like a motion, you're just wiggling your stick. But they know what they're doing. Then they switch to the iron after they, and listen, it's important to know the rules so you can like bend them or use them to your advantage. It's very important. And it's also good to know, I don't know, like I run this stop sign every day. There's never a cop here. I'm just going to keep running the stop sign. They never call anything like
I run the stop sign. There's a cop there. That's the way things go for me. The only thing I got going for me now is illegal dumping. I haven't been caught for that yet because I can't afford a bin. They're very expensive.
Very expensive.
Talk to Waste Management, man. You got to pay. You got to get the bin, and then you got to pay for weight when it gets hauled out. I'm like, I'm getting fleeced with paint. Jeff, you know, I have fucking 20 fucking gallons of paint. My place isn't even done yet. The thing eats it. Like, paint,
you need the primer.
Why is paint $250 fucking dollars for like eggshell white bear? Like, and then I go to Sherman-Williams. They want $500. Eat my nuts. It's paint.
See, we
Sorry,
should,
Pat.
we should have got you sponsored by Valspar.
Yeah, no, I could use some Valspar. That's quality stuff. And if I can get a deal on paint, I'm there. Man, I've never thought about like stealing from a Home Depot, but God, man, this thing is just like, I look at the prices and I'm just getting absolutely fucking fleeced. It's unbelievable how much these supplies cost. Rollers and all this dumb shit. It's ridiculous. Anyway, what was I going to say, Jeff? I like your takes. I just think DeChambeau's a tool. I just think he's a tool. I'm allowed to think that. I think he's a whiner. I know he goes on YouTube and does these little things. And just the fact that he said I might not play the round the next day, it's like, just shut up. Like, I get it for hits, whatever you want to do. But there's something that rubs me the wrong way about that guy. It's like he's entitled, and I don't like that.
He's a pro golfer. A lot of them are entitled. He takes it beyond. He's like a phony, and there's a phoniness to Bryson.
Thank you.
That even though he's weird and awkward, there's still a phoniness that goes beyond your natural awkwardness that really is annoying. I don't root for him, but I felt bad for him. I kind of thought he got, relative to the field, I thought he got a raw deal.
Well,
even though I saw him clutch that leg for a step, I still think you cannot just penalize one guy. If you just can't. It's happening everywhere.
Well, he ended up being the big winner. He ended up winning the 10-foot par putt contest on Sunday. Every hole, it's like, oh, here's Bryson, and he made. I think he made 16 of them. It was like, here's 10 feet for par, Bryson. Oh, he made it. Just 0 birdie chances on Sunday somehow.
Yeah, that's a. Anyway, did you guys to everybody's point, Jeff? To your point earlier, the whole problem that I am having is Ryan Fox got treated like he won the fucking John Deere Classic.
Well,
the guy won the Open Championship.
To your point, he got 2 of what I feel like are the worst breaks that you could have got in the course of the final 5 holes. And all he did was walk up to it, look, just hit the shot. And he's like, yeah,
that's what
I'm
going
to play it out backwards and go.
Everyone,
every spectator, he is the anti-Brian Harmon when it comes to pace of play. He was even getting shit on 18 because he walked too early before Sam Burns hit his ball. Like, shut up. Like, Sam Burns can't see him.
I'm with you. Like, when I play golf, I don't even take practice swings. I suck. So what am
I going to do? I get shit. What
am I going to do? Sit there? The more I think, the shittier I get. So know what I do? I step up and hit it. And I play my best golf, like drunk or completely hungover. Coming off benders, Jeff, I'm the shittiest golfer. You've seen me play. I suck.
I just don't want to waste the good swing on a practice swing, and I don't have many good ones, so I don't know when it's going to come.
My buddy's knocking on my door at 5 a.m. I'm crackerjacked, right? He goes, we have a tee off time. I go, I thought it was next Saturday. So I sit there, first tee, blah, blah, I puke. I haven't puked in like 20 years. I'm like, oh my God. Boom. I nut one right down the fairway. I go, what the hell's going on here? Par, 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 par. And then once that feeling leaves you, Mayo, triple. I'm going to go, should I get more wasted? Because right now I'm just doing it. You stay in your lane. The minute you think, you're done. That's why I love Ryan Fox. He's just an absolute animal. And you said it, Pat. This guy, like most guys would have been, fuck, man, what a bad break. Just goes up, boom, that's it.
There would have been, listen, if it happened to Spieth, there would have been complaining, but I feel like Spieth would have handled it as well as Ryan Fox did in terms of staying focused and trying to win, because we've seen Spieth do that sort of stuff. I would think that most players, Jeff, would have completely melted down if they got stuck against the lip of the bunker, one shot off the lead or tied of the lead of the Open. Like, he had an iron off the tee to not go into the bunker, and he hit it too well when it rolled into the bunker on the par 5.
Yeah, like Hatton would need a red card if that happened.
One thing I love about summer is that getting dressed gets real simple. Between golf, recording shows, running around with the family, I don't want to think too hard about what I'm wearing. I just want to grab something that's comfortable, looks good, and I know it's going to work. That's why I've been wearing Quince's 100% European linen shirts. That's right. They're light, breathable, and they've basically become my go-to whenever I'm heading out. They look good enough to wear to dinner or a round of golf, but they're comfortable enough that I can just wear them all day. You've seen them on the show. The best part is the price. Quince cuts out the middleman, works directly with ethical factories, so you're getting exceptional quality without paying for fancy labels. Everything comes in about 50 to 80% less than comparable brands. And it's not just clothing either. They become one of my favorite places to shop for travel gear and home essentials. I wear Quince, and honestly, you should too. Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/mayo for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That was good for me. That's QUINCE.com/mayo for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/mayo. When I was younger, money was always something that I worried about well after the fact. I'd look at my bank account, hopefully everything added up, and if it didn't, well, I'd figure that out eventually. As I've gotten older with a business and a family and a lot of moving parts, doesn't really work like that anymore. I need to know where everything stands before anything becomes a problem. That's what I've liked about Monarch. Instead of bouncing between bank accounts, investments, credit cards, spreadsheets, everything is in one place. It gives me a much cleaner picture of what's actually happening with my money instead of what I think may be happening with my money. It's like having a financial advisor, but in my pocket. It's great. My favorite part is that Monarch isn't just about tracking what you've already spent. It helps you plan ahead, set goals, and it even uses AI to answer questions about your finances or flag big spending trends before they get out of hand. It really takes a lot of the mental load out of managing your money. Write your own money story with Monarch. Use code PATMAYO at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off, just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code PATMAYO. The Scottie drop, though, I feel like was a bit more aggressively unfair than Bryson's penalty. Like, what was going on with this? The rules need to change. If that's like what the rule is, it needs to change.
So there's a lot of problems with golf. Like, you know what I mean? And I know purists will say, you know, this is the way it is. Ooh, bad break. But I think hitting the middle of a fairway when some numbnuts doesn't fix his divot and it's really deep, I think that's bullshit. Or you can just you can hit it into a bush, never find it. Although apparently, according to the broadcast, Geoff, it was found. And then they quickly moved on from that. Yeah, exactly.
It's just a very strange sequence that I actually spent most of my evening reading up on. Because, I mean, the internet in sort of hearing about it had me totally outraged. Well, I'm upset. I'm slightly less outraged because there was a local rule that apparently clarified you didn't need to identify it or find it. But what bothered me about this one here was apparently that point of entry or that hospitality area, if your ball went in there, there were two different drop areas, one significantly easier than the other. And the fact that they couldn't locate it, and once Scottie had spoken to the officials, he had told the people to stop looking for it because he did not want them to find it because he was already being given the premium drop spot. If they find it, depending on where they found it, that would have left the potential to the other drop spot. So Scottie going for the green essentially got a freebie in that he got a free roll because he hit the worst shot ever, and essentially he got a layup result. Like where he got a drop from is where like a good layup could have gone to. But the assumptions, that's what kills us. Is they can't find it initially, so they can only make assumptions. And then if you're making an assumption, you get to assume, like, once you can't find it, shouldn't the assumption be has to go to like the default harder drop area?
Yes.
I mean, they make guys climb friggin' trees, and like there's 8 people there who are like, we know the ball's in the tree. We saw it go in the tree. It never came down. You have 8 eyewitnesses being like, it's in this tree. They make bros climb a tree, a caddy climb a tree, shake a tree. Like I don't know.
The problem is, Geoff, it's and Pat, you know this, right? A lot of guys now, you just look at grandstands and shit, you miss it. Okay, I'm fine now. Like the thing would roll like 100 yards by or go in the other direction, maybe into water. And all these guys now, you can actually plan around doing something like that. Like, you know what you do? Yeah, pros are great out of the bunker. So if I'm going to miss it, I'm going to miss it here. But now, Geoff, don't you agree?
Yeah.
You're looking at this stuff with the fucking rules of golf, which are like, that's the problem. Some rules are absolutely nuts. They're so stupid. And then other guy, and hey, smart players, they use them to their advantage, but I think it's horseshit.
Well, local,
I think
this
it's
is the
horseshit.
second major. I mean, Spieth got the local rule in years ago. So this goddamn course and these fucking local rules that make the game of golf look shameful is just not a good look. I thought it was overall very bad. And then I'm sorry, but I've got like my brain just wants to critical think for 5 seconds, and you can't not ask yourself the question, what if Bryson hit it in there?
I'm sure. I actually think it would have been the same.
I don't know. And then the other part, roll up, if he cares, I don't think they care because it's probably just a small segment of mouth breathers. These drops now have gotten out of hand. In the same way that like tanking and like losing for high draft picks has gotten out of hand, like there's a system in place, it can work, but then we figure out how to manipulate it. These guys and taking these goddamn drops and how they can manipulate it. I don't know who should come in, neutral third party Sally in the gallery, like come drop this ball. Neutral from your the rule has got to change. I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but it's fine to have a rule. The players, to their credit and benefit, are supposed to know how to use a rule and manipulate it, and then we got to alter it. And when you manipulate it again, we'll just alter it slightly again.
I'm with Geoff. And another thing is, I don't want to sound like old man, get off my fucking lawn shit. But you know what it is? I'm watching old golf and I tape them like old tournaments and whatever. It wasn't like this. Like, Pat, I know we talk about equipment in hockey and in golf and whatever, but even watching Trevino, Nicholas, Gary Player, all those guys, I see things like way more lax now. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just we're getting older. It's bullshit. Like, it's almost like the sport has become, it's supposed to be the game of honor. And I think a lot of the time now I'm just watching it going, this is bullshit. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Guys getting so many breaks. And I think Geoff's right. Some of these rules are ridiculous. Like, they have to be looked at, examined, and let's use common sense and figure it out. You can't have guys who hit shit shots and get better results. That's not right. Right? That's the whole thing.
I don't know if you saw, but Scottie called it out. Like, he almost took a shot at like golf, and guys are just sort of running amok out here, and we've probably got to be a lot stricter on some of these things. So, maybe this will be like a talking point for a week and go away. But this is the reality of it. They all make so much money.
Yeah.
And 90% of these guys don't go to tournaments thinking about winning at all. They just want to play well and finish as high as they can, get as much points as they can, and then have the flexibility.
Why the fuck is Scheffler playing this week?
We'll get into that.
But that was an early. That's why he's still playing. Like from a couple of
I bet you. I mean, we'll probably find out like some corporate thing at Hazeltine on Tuesday. He's there. Like if Rory got like a milli to speak to RBC people, if for the Canadian Open, if Scheffler's playing, something's up.
Here's my deal. Here's my deal too with Rory McIlroy. Okay.
Oh no. But before that'll be a fun thing, Pat.
No, let me finish. No, I do a lot of things fucking wrong. Okay, but I admit I have things called the commandments. If I'm there to babysit your kid, Geoff, at 9 p.m., I show up at 8:50. I'm there. This is the problem I have with Rory. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, play. Then, I'm going to take my jet and go home and see Poppy and whatever. You rip other guys for not playing? You're on a fucking vacation, bro. When's the last time you played tournaments in a row? That's the whole issue I have.
Not playing.
What?
Who did he rip for not playing?
Tons of guys. Yeah, he's talked about it before. He's talking about certain guys not playing in tournaments, and he doesn't play in tournaments all the time. Sorry, on the Rory note, I love this Rory era of 0 F's given. There's something going on between him and Rolap. They are not on the same team right now. That is like that. Like I froth at this like minutia of like what is going on there and the behind the scenes with like Rory and the new regime.
But I'm all in on Rory's like zero F's given era. I don't know. He's got me right
I'm
now.
not. I don't know how you feel, Pat. That's just my opinion.
I love it. And I love that people get upset at Rory about it. I enjoyed his
Maybe I'm an idiot.
I just enjoyed his. Yeah, I don't care for Bryson.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like you're allowed to have
cracked me up.
opinions. You're allowed to talk. I just say some of the things seem kind of hypocritical.
But
hypocritical to me.
Hey,
That's all I'm
which one of these guys went and played the Australian Open last year? Which one of these guys went and played in India last year? Rory did those things.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, who came to Canada for like 5 years? Rory.
He loves Canada. He goes to Raptor games and shit. I'm talking about the other stuff. But anyway, you guys, maybe I stepped out of line. I just don't like the.
No, you're not
going to get into it.
No. It's fair take, and you're not alone, Cam. I see a lot of this.
I know, just like I watch this guy kind of like Bryson. It's like sometimes like you're not a bad guy, Rory. It doesn't ring true to me. Maybe I'm just a fucking. I'm just a regular guy. I like Ryan Fox. I like grinders. I like guys who just show up and play golf. That's what I like. You know what I mean?
I might be an apologist for Rory, but I don't think him tearing his shirt after missing like 2 4-footers to lose a U.S. Open when he thinks he's in the scoring tent is like performative. That's like the chart. Marlon McCree fumbles away my chance at a Super Bowl. Right. I whip a remote through the fucking wall.
Me too,
like,
buddy.
I don't know. If someone wants to come in and be like, that was performative, Fienberg, I had no control over that. I don't know.
Yep.
Speaking of which, did you see the Robert McIntyre quote? It was great. It was my single favorite quote of the tournament because he got warned like 3 times in the final round because he kept smashing his club after terrible shots.
I love McIntyre.
And his quote was, "I'm going to do it for the rest of my career. I try to toe the line, but when you're playing at a golf course and you hit pretty much anywhere, there's no real punishment, and you do hit one slightly offline, you get a bigger punishment that you can possibly get, just a sore one. Again, I'm going to react aggressively. It's part of my DNA, and to be honest, I couldn't care less. If I get a 2-shot penalty, it's my fault. It's a warning. It's my fault. So I just don't worry about it."
That's an honest assessment, though, because when McIntyre says it, I believe it. Maybe it's just not a problem with. I'm just watching guys, and I look at Ryan Fox, and I go, "That's a guy I want to have a beer with. This guy's very authentic." So McIntyre's the same way. He's from Oban, Scotland, for fuck's sakes. His dad was on the bag. Like, he's just a guy who goes out there, and it's basically, to me, I just look at guys as like kind of moral code stuff, like just good guys like Ryan Fox and guys who go out there, they do their thing. Like, I respect the grind of that. And just some of these superstars, in my opinion, maybe they rub me the wrong way. But Geoff, you always know I'm an underdog guy. I always have been. Always underdog.
But I just want to go back to the rules for a second. And I think at the core of the rules problem is, well, there's like so much money to call out a guy, and maybe if you're in like what you feel the guy's directly who you're with is directly impacting your position, or you're right there. In the end, it's like a 60-80 man club for the most part. It's like you're in an office and you got to show up again the next week and see a guy in the locker room. You might think a guy cheated, but you just don't want that awkwardness or what will become any sort of accusation. We just need some if like Daniel Berger was like the 8th best player in the world right now, I don't know that we'd have these problems. We'd have like a status to say something. We just need like a couple assholes in there who really care. That's why you go today. The best content we ever get not ever, that's hyperbolic. After any sort of rules controversy, someone will be at the next Champions Tour event asking those guys about the PGA Tour or the big boys rule controversy. And these guys are so unfiltered. They're at the age they don't give a F anymore about anyone thinks of them or anything. They just say it. And I can't wait for that 3-minute roll this week of someone at the range of the Champions Tour getting opinions on the Bryson, on the Scottie drops. You will get real, genuine, no friends, nothing to protect, no one you're going to see in a locker room opinions. And those are the ones I like the most and believe the most in these situations.
Geoff, you're on fire right now. You couldn't have said that any better. Because I remember my mom when she got older too. It's like, fuck this. I'm going to the front of the line. Like, seniors get treated like shit. No, honestly, seniors get treated like shit in this country. They should be getting... Like, they should be heralded as, you're living your life. You went through a lot of shit, and it's completely the opposite. They get treated like junk, and I think it fucking sucks. I love the whole thing that you're saying, and I can't wait for it too. It's just everything in the world it's reversed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think these guys deserve respect. You said it. Gary Player might call me a big fat piece of shit when I was, but you know what? Hey, I was. Maybe I ate too much bacon. Maybe I had too much butter. You know, maybe he did more 500 push-ups. Well, no offense, Gary. I've made 272 trips with heavy baggage to a garbage bin and a halal shop there. So anyway, I got one up you on there. But I'll tell you, Geoff, you're right. I love watching the seniors play too. I just love their demeanor. I love everything about it. You know, it's a great. I love I like the LPGA Tour. You know what I mean? I actually, as crazy as it sounds, Mayo, when I watch all the golf, I think the PGA Tour has the most problems out of all, like, compared to European Tour, LPGA Tour, Champions Tour. Like, I find their stuff more
legit. Challenger Tour guys, Cam.
Well, hold on. I think what you're getting to is that the last thing I want to talk about the Open with was it's not so much it's a PGA Tour problem, it's a broadcast problem. The other broadcasts are so dialed back. You get to enjoy the golf. There's not just everything going on at once. This Open was. The playing through was brutal. Apparently, if you went on Peacock, you could have got the Sky Sports feed, which I heard was a lot better.
Oh, Sky Sports is the best, Pat. I watch it all the time now. I got this $15 hookup, right? I can't get off Rogers because every time they put me on hold for 4 hours and I throw a converter just like Geoff does. They won't let me quit them. But I went to the mall 50. I watch every golf tournament on Sky Sports now. The jokes. And the girls who do the walkthroughs are so much better than the guys who do it on the PGA Tour. They crush them. They destroy them. They have levity. They have humor. The broadcast is basically like an art. It's a beautiful form of art. And you sit back and go, wow, man, this is how it's supposed to be done. That's my take.
So, I mean, I got a loaded thought, and this comes from somebody who didn't even watch yesterday's golf. But I watched enough golf, Saturday, what have you. The golf is the only sport, and the fracture of NBC not owning Golf Channel anymore is a disaster. It is not well because there's just less symmetry, and now guys who work for one can't even participate in the other. Side topic. That's like issue 10 of the concern. Mm-hmm. You watch golf early in the day. It's like watching an NFL game, and the first 2 quarters are done by like Jim Furyk and Sam Torrance. They're incredible. Sam Torrance is incredible.
I agree,
Jim
Geoff.
Furyk, he blows Kisner out of the water. Blows him out of the water. And I got to tell you, on my ride home yesterday, I was listening to the Fried Egg guys. They were going live, and they were going at the broadcast. And they mentioned something that, like, okay, so later I'm going to watch this, like, just to see it for myself. Siwoo Kim on 16. It is like his tournament is now. He has to go now. He hits a bad shot. He puts it. He's going for the pin. He puts it in the one place you can't miss. Kisner says, "Oh, that was a bad shot."
Yeah, thanks.
There's no contact. Like, you got to put us in the moment. He's going for that pin. Like, this is his tournament. It was a bad shot. Tell me about it. There's no like. Now I'm in my own brain sometimes watching golf. I'm tracking. I'm like triple screening because be it bets and when you got lineups, there's so much going on that sometimes the broadcast is like not even active in my brain. But when you watch it back, like kind of knowing what happened, it's like actually so much worse. It is so pathetic that we have allowed CBS blows these guys out of the water, that they allow like this broadcast and a lot of those guys as individuals, they're actually like not bad. I think they're fine and like would be good. But this group, it's like a sports team. This group together is horrible.
To protect them for a second, it's not them. It's the producing crew. Yeah. The producers are telling them what shots are coming up next. It's not them picking.
But it is them when they have like no analysis. They don't like offer any insight into what you are watching. It is so it's weird, but yes, they're being put in horrible spots. Like they do this hole by hole swap of the crews. That'd be like one drive, this guy commentates, the next drive, that guy commentates. There's like a whole flow to these goddamn things.
Pat, did you see, Geoff, Gary Graphic, the font guy? I used to work in a control room. Yeah. He had American flags for every fucking player. He had Tommy Fleetwood twice. He spelled the name. I'm just watching this shit. I'm showing guys like what's happening here. Oh, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Every flag was wrong. See, like Siwoo Kim had an American flag. Like it was insane. And the guy, you could see the guy typing in the shit on the screen as it's happening.
Oh my God.
I have done control room graphics, Pat, and I have a list. So Blue Jays versus Yankees board 31-2. Bam, you have to hit it. Like basically you're almost on speed. You have to be like this guy, this fucking guy who did fonts. This is a major championship. It was the worst. And I'm not even exaggerating. It was the worst. A child could have done better. I don't know what the hell happened at NBC, Pat, but it was a travesty. Like every board was wrong. Every board was
apparently
wrong.
6 commercials in the final 40 minutes. I mean, as again, like I'm the one hit.
What are we doing
I got to fast forward through the last hour of it, watching it. I couldn't believe it.
I know, it's shocking.
I couldn't believe it. I don't know how they get away with this. This is, they got a rights deal coming up and they're acting like someone who's like done.
Yeah.
NBC is treating the product like they are done. They're done with this.
Guys, we've all worked in control rooms and TV. It's nuts. Like
the RNA, like obviously Augusta's its own thing, but the RNA needs to like get these guys by the throat and like demand more from their product, and the way the Masters demands some specificities from their product or a standard. And if you're not going to meet it, gone. But again, NBC is treating this rights. They're out of golf, I think, in 2 years, maybe. In 2 years, 2028, I believe. And if you had to ask me right now, there's no way in like 2028 or 2029 we're watching golf on any NBC affiliated anything anymore.
That actually tracks, though. Maybe I'll have Josh Carpenter on to talk about this rights deal because he has more of the inside and that's what he does. But with Versant owning Golf Channel now and not NBC owning Golf Channel, that actually makes a ton of sense. They bought the NBA, their Sunday Night Football. They just don't have the resources
they'll have
for
to
golf.
re-up for football, give their leg for that. Like golf could be a sacrificial lamb, but in some ways you can see how they are just treating their product that it's like I don't know. They don't respect it. They don't respect it. And the final round of major championship golf of the year, we don't get major championship golf again till April, and they know that. And that was the product that they gave the people. It is so embarrassing.
You know what, Geoff? It's a pleasure to do a show with you. Like you're knocking it out of the park today, Pat. Like this guy's on fire. I agree 100%. This is a major championship. It was honestly, it was done. I've seen better broadcasts from Cable 10 Mississauga. Like kids in school. I couldn't believe the graphics, the mistakes, the wrong commercial. Everything that Geoff said. This tournament was treated like it was a great tournament. At the end, everyone's coming down to the wire. There's a million guys in it. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here, Pat? Patrick, you're a perfectionist. It's unacceptable. It is absolutely unacceptable. Like these guys, there's going to be no ramifications, whatever. If I used to fuck up a board, I used to get reamed out for one little thing, like RBI, if I got the comma wrong. And these guys can't spell names or get countries right. Fuck that shit. That's unacceptable.
Last part of the Open for me, this was an exchange that happened yesterday after the conclusion of the Open Championship that one of our friends asked one Mr. Tim Andercuss, was this a very cursed British Open? And do you know what Tim's answer was to that, Geoff?
Lay it on me, no.
An Englishman didn't win.
Oh, yeah, he's going to victory lap that. So that can lead me into this because I think he deserves a lovely 30 seconds. For a guy who came into the week, said he's been dreams about weeks like this since he was a little boy. I thought the whole Fleetwood story, obviously part of the Fleetwood story is him bogeying 10 and 11, as I saw just when he's in it. That is the full Fleetwood. But even after the fact, to hear him ask and speak about the week and like, how did it live up to what you dreamed about as a boy? And he said it was like, it matched my dreams. It was incredible. And obviously they all want to win, or a guy like Fleetwood, he desperately wants to win. Only one guy gets to win. And he just seems like he's very, and maybe like losing a lot mentally turns you into that. But he just seems like he's very content and satisfied and blessed. And he can just, I don't know. I think he has an incredible perspective. I used a lot of words. I think he has incredible perspective, and he's a joy for the game of golf. I wish he'd win something more because it's only a 30-man hit and giggle he won, and we got to get off that.
Hey, Pat, can I have 2 minutes to attend to my ham?
You know what? Yeah, you can go. You can go.
I got like
ham.
a roll. I'm basically cooking all my heavy meats because I might not be here very long. So everything that's really heavy, like roast and stuff, I'm just like slapping them up and feeding them to my buddies when they come by, smoke a couple joints in the backyard and help me paint. So yeah, I'll just attend to my ham, 2 minutes. And then, you know what, Geoff, like these things are heavy. Like I got one of those big super hams for like $9. It should have been 50. So I'm just cooking it up, carving it up, and I'm going to make a lot of things with it. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks.
So who do you think suffered the most from the curse? Was it Hao Tong by just horribly missing the cut, Geoff? Was it Bryson for getting the penalty? Or Sam Burns just going full Sam Burns on a Sunday in the lead where he had to play himself out of it so he could stabilize himself? Then he was in it to the end, yet it felt like he was never going to make a move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just worry, like in a Fowler sense, that we'll be like lamenting this window for Burns in like 5 years from now.
It would make sense. Well, Ricky had the 4 top 5s in the majors and like didn't sniff actually winning any of them. Burns had a legitimate chance to win 3 of them, and just by the end of it, it's like this guy's barely in the tournament.
Sorry, but I don't just mean that 1 year, because the years Ricky actually got closest were not in that year. The Masters that Reed won, the PGA that Rory won, were kind of bordering those years, but just that pocket of years, because Burns, I think, even played great last year. So I'm just sort of talking about this like window, not just the season. The window for Burns, you hope. And yeah, that was tough. I would even put Scottie in the potential of got a bit of the Cust curse, but it's got to be Bryson. It's got to be Bryson felt the effects of it. But that being said, shout out to Tim, because I didn't think more than a small handful of people, even with the price exploding, had the guts to like want to pick Bryson. So I'll give him still props for that.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing would be, well, I mean, I bet on Matt Fitzpatrick and with the world, so it's not shocking how that result turned out when he ended up missing the cut. But I spoke about it last week. Like, even though it's his best season ever, and now after this result, Geoff, I'll ask you the question again. Do you think Matt Fitzpatrick feels like this year is a disappointment for him?
Does Cam Young feel like the year's a disappointment?
I mean, Cam Young won the Players.
Fitzpatrick won 2 elevateds.
Yeah, and with his brother, right?
He won one. He won Heritage. He won the team event, and he won Valspar. Like, I try to frame in the way that this is the best golf he has ever played. But every time he got, like, he lost the Players. He came second there, and then no-showed all 4 majors.
Yeah, that's tough. But like, I don't know. Does like 1 3rd place and another 11th place in a major like salvage his thoughts of his year? I cannot in any, what was the term you used to ask me to describe it? Like, the year was a successful year for Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Sure, but do you think that he feels disappointed by it? Because he never, if you're going to be playing the best golf of your life and you have zero chance to win any major championship over the 4, like Cam Young was in the mix of the Masters. He could have won yesterday. He won the Players. He's the player of the year. It's not Matt Fitzpatrick. Like, he played the best.
I would think anyone who we consider or is like a very high-end player, if they gas can all the majors, they're quite disappointed with themselves, regardless of what happened. But I don't know. I understand your framing. It's just based on where it come into the year from.
It's hard to win a golf tournament. He's won 3. I think he'll be disappointed with, this tournament, but I think it's been a great year for both Fitzpatricks. Alex has been a great story.
He played great in the Players too. If we're, give the Players deserves to be talked about in the conversation.
Sure, yeah, and he lost to Cam on the last hole there. But
exactly.
It would be, I think my framing of it for him would be different if he didn't already have a major. It's not like he's a guy who's never played well in a major. He has a U.S. Open. That just, it frankly seems shocking with how well he played this year that all of a sudden just he's a non-factor in majors.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, like, can you put this on another sport? Like, could you make Fitzpatrick a quarterback and then ask me the question?
It'd be like if Matt Ryan had never made the Super Bowl, like the year that he won MVP. That all of a sudden you have these gaudy stats, or if Stafford never went to LA and he spent his entire career in Detroit, and Detroit was always the same as when they had Stafford, that the best thing that they were ever going to do, despite him leading the league in passing and throwing for 48 touchdowns, that all of a sudden your best case scenario is wild card weekend exit every year.
See, the problem is I keep forgetting, because you mentioned the U.S. Open, not that I didn't know he had won the U.S. Open. And not that it would be ridiculous to call this year like a breakthrough for Fitzpatrick because he had won the U.S. Open. So, yeah, I guess in the context of former major champion in the best freight year of his life, like he's obviously incredibly disappointed in his major calendar, but I don't won 3 times. He got his brother a card. It was one of the fun.
And he deserves it. His brother's been fantastic.
His brother's been great.
He's an animal. I'll tell you, hey, Pat, another thing. I just saw a board on Golf Channel. Do you know Ryan Fox now is the leader? He had the worst first round position to win a major. He was T85 after the first round. Like Payne Stewart was on the list, and Steve Jones was, I think, just behind Fox. That just tells you something. And the thing about Fox is what he did. I just love his fight. He's exactly what he looks like. A bulldog. You know what I'm saying, Geoff? The thing that I'm talking about is I want a guy like him down the stretch. No offense to Tommy Fleetwood. I want a guy that just is whatever, man. I'm comfortable with my own swing. I'm going to get it done. And his mental game is underrated to me. But yeah, that's how I feel.
I think that's it for the Open for me. I really got nothing else.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
I sound like I want to have a shower with Ryan Fox, but I just really respect his game.
How about this? On the flight this morning from, I think it was Manchester to London so they could get their connections, Ryan Fox sat behind Cam Young on the plane.
Oh, amazing.
That's a horrible. Yeah. The
bad seat pattern.
Cam, there's pictures of Ryan Fox loading his claret jug essentially on top of Cam Young's head.
Amazing.
The overhead
it makes me like him more.
Listen, that's coincidence. There's funny pictures of Fox just at the gate carrying the little case.
Yeah.
We've seen other majors. We know what's in there. That's a travel bad beat. Your Cam Young, that trophy, the guy who won,
I got to be honest with you, though, Geoff. If I ever won a Masters, I'd never take that coat off. I'd wear it everywhere.
I don't think, Pat, you'd want to spend I don't think you'd want to drive 30 minutes in the car with the guy who wins your Ryder Cup. If you
hey, Pat, these guys are PGA Tour pro. Who's putting the seat pattern together? You got to separate them. What are we doing here?
I think people were shocked Fox actually made his flight.
Yeah, well. There'll be some.
I think it was a little plane. It was a little connecting plane to get from Manchester to
London,
like you said, to UK, they can all just go home.
Here's one for you, Cam. If you had won the Masters 5 years ago and you never wanted to take the jacket off, but you've had this body transformation like you have, do you get the green jacket retailored?
Yes, I do. I'll do anything it takes. Yeah, that's the whole problem, Pat. I was looking at some of my clothes, 44 waist. I'm down to a 38. I might be a 36 soon. And it's shit. Remember, Geoff, back in the day, we had a little clothing allowance and shit. I donated so many like Calvin Klein shirts and really the shit to charity. I can't, I'm not in the mood to put the pounds back on. But yeah, that's another problem. I got to get new attire and I have no money.
Okay.
Sucks.
Well, let's try to win some money at the 3M Open. We will be talking about that as soon as we come back from this break. Are you someone who spends a lot of time at a desk, sitting down, kind of like me when I'm recording shows or writing or doing whatever? Eventually you realize your old office chair just not cutting it anymore. Mine was fine until it wasn't. So I started looking around and I found exactly what I wanted. Where? On Wayfair. The biggest surprise was the price. I figured that a chair that actually looked good and was comfortable enough to sit in for hours was going to be super expensive, but it wasn't. It showed up quickly. The person I paid to set it up said it was super easy to set up, so that's handy. And now I just don't spend any last hours of every show sitting around feeling like I'm going to try to get more comfortable because I don't need to. If you've been putting off upgrading your home office because you think it's going to cost way too much money or you don't know where to start, just head to Wayfair. I ordered from Wayfair, and honestly, you should too. Ready to upgrade your home for way less? Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Do you got a business idea bouncing around your head and maybe it's been there for months or years or whatever? Just stop waiting for the perfect time because it doesn't exist. I know because when I started MMN, I spent way too much time wondering if I was actually ready. Looking back, someone should have just told me to start 3 years before when I wanted to do it, so the channel would be bigger at this point. But I didn't, so here we are. Wish I had done that then. If I was launching a storefront today, Shopify is where I begin. You don't need to be a web designer or a tech expert. It handles the storefront, the checkout, and all the behind-the-scenes stuff so you can actually spend time building your business instead of troubleshooting your business, which I can attest to is no fun and takes up a ton of time. And that's the biggest advantage. When your checkout is simple and returning customers can use ShopPay to get through in just a tap, you're giving people every reason to actually complete their purchase. With Shopify handling the heavy lifting, you get to focus on growing instead of fixing. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business. So go make it one. Now, okay? Listen to me. Don't do it now. If you're ready to stop putting off your business and start hearing, then you're ready for Shopify. Start your free trial at shopify.com/ArsenalVision today. You heard that right? Start your free trial at shopify.com/ArsenalVision. That's shopify.com/ArsenalVision. 3M Open. Picks, bets, preview. We've already covered the Open, obviously. Thanks for staying tuned. And Geoff, I might be out next Monday. So maybe next, do you have Tuesday morning available for golf?
Yeah, I'll just talk about it off air, but it shouldn't be a problem. What tournament's next week?
The Rocket Classic. Bet Johnny Kiefer at the Rocket Classic next week. There's my advice.
Oh, I was looking at Kiefer this week too.
Well, I got some thoughts on Kiefer for this week. It may not be the best Kiefer week. Maybe I'm dead wrong. I'm dead wrong about everything, so I'm probably wrong about that. But not one of my focus for the 3M Open. We're in Minneapolis. We're in, what is it, Blaine, Minnesota? Or I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's Blaine.
I've been to this course. I like this course. It's pretty fun. Great viewing experience, too. And they're going to have a ton of people there this year, Geoff, because Scottie Scheffler has remained in the field. What Ryan Fox has withdrawn from this tournament already, but Scottie opens as the favorite at 3-1. If you're in Canada, outside of Ontario, and now Alberta, because Alberta just passed some new gaming laws, go to coolbet.com. Hit the description, get your bonus, get the fastest payouts in the biz, usually the best odds, and I will have a PME boost up there this week as well. What do you make of Scheffler in this field? Does he just run train on everyone, or is it just like, I can't wait to get... Remember the year that DJ shot 80 here?
So I bet a friend yesterday, and I think I got him good money that Scheffler's going to play. Like, he's going to withdraw. I tried to explain to him that you don't understand. Scottie Scheffler being here, you can't just withdraw because the Open was last week. He's made this commitment. That would be like, trying to think of a music analogy. Like, you're the headline act.
Yeah, the tickets have been sold predicated on Scottie Scheffler being in this tournament.
Anyone can withdraw. Like Maverick McNeely, you can withdraw. Scottie Scheffler cannot withdraw unless he's actually injured. Once he commits to an event like this, it's the whole goddamn thing. And on top of that, you have to assume he's either it. See, even if he was getting paid to do a corporate gig for a different company that was close by, he'd still just get on his PJ and go home. So I can only assume this is a direct 3M greasing of the wheels. Maybe he's speaking, he's doing a corporate gig for them, but he has, we know how this dog and pony show works. He's playing. Do not withdraw. I mean, he's not withdrawing. I'll win a couple bucks, not too much, but the people think no. You don't know how this game works. I mean, I'll be an idiot if he withdraws. I mean, I already am, so it can't get worse.
Good bet or bad bet at 3-1, Cam?
Bad bet. Is he going to win this week? I would say maybe, probably. I don't like the number. But you're right, though, Pat, about one thing. You look at the field, it's not very strong. There's a couple of guys, some big hitters are not going to be there, but 3-1 is just unacceptable in a golf tournament, even if it is Scottie Scheffler.
Is 3-1 fair relative to what he went off at last week?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. It's fair.
Relative to being 6.5 to 1 versus all those guys, 3-1 versus the Corrales field seems like a pretty fair odd. I'll probably regret not making it, but I don't know. I just like to put I would like, even if I put 500 in the machine, it'll tell me, no, doesn't pay back enough. I would need.
Hey, Pat, do you know that Italian guy that won in Punta Cana? Gordon Sargent got close.
I had never heard of this guy. And I'm going to go back to the well this week with the guy that I've been betting every week since Canada, who keeps coming close in tournaments and not winning.
Ben James.
Can't wait to lose money on Ben James again.
Wow, man. Now, you go deep diving, Mayo. I got to give you a lot of credit. I guess my bomb this week is going to be Lee Hodges.
Oh, former winner of this
already
event.
there?
No, we're not already there. We haven't even got to the second player in the field yet.
But yes, and the thing.
Sorry, I apologize.
But Scottie's like, obviously he's getting paid a lot of money just to be there in some under the table unofficial thing because that's illegal now. So they just like frame it differently. But he's almost in like a lose-lose. Like if he wins, he's supposed to win. If he doesn't win, then it's going to be this thing.
Would you look at non-Scottie markets this week?
Okay, so those I have had a hard time finding them who usually has them. So my initial strategy on a week like this, which sometimes can't even put into effect by the time the show comes out, but figure out who I like, see who's steaming, bet them, and then by the time they steam down, you bet them in the non-Scottie, and then by like tomorrow morning, their regular price is the same as my non-Scottie price. I wasn't smart enough to figure out who that would be. And the site that normally defaults with the non-Scottie market did not have it up.
Interesting.
They will.
There was a delay on odds on a lot of sites. Obviously, some of them had them out, but everyone was waiting for. I assumed it was either the Fox and or Scottie WD, but as you said, I guess Scottie wasn't going to WD. It was the Fox WD that they were waiting for, and then it officially happened. Then they released the odds.
But Cam, they'll probably come out. But the problem is then he can't take advantage of the guys will have already steamed by the time it comes out. Then they're even can't imagine what they'd be in that freaking market.
I don't even know how much.
I'm actually seeing my first ones like Mav 19.
And Mav, Mav 19, Mav is 21 with Scottie in the field.
That's actually, if I wanted to bet Mav, I'd swallow the 2 points.
I agree. You'd be nuts not to. Like Scheffler could
because there'll be places.
Yes,
there's books that might have Mav at like 19 anyway.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know if it's going to be that crazy, but if you go to the second level here, you have the last year's champ Kitayama. He's at 21 to 1 or 18 to 1. He's as high as 22, as low as 18. McNeely's at 22, Knapp 25, Koivun 25, as high as 32. Hideki, Keith Mitchell, Pierce and Cootie, Tom Kim, Corey Connors is in that mix in the mid 30s, and you go like Gim, Woodland, and then you're into Kiefer, Suber, Max Homa, Michael Brennan, Ben James, Jordan Smith, that range of player as well. Ben James was the first one that stuck out to me, Geoff. I bet him 60 to 1 with 5 places.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I had him last week also. I thought, that could come in and save my week. I'm looking at a Pendrith 60 to 1 without Scheffler right now, but I'm looking at ways to bet Ben James this week.
How did Pendrith finish in Punta Cana last week? After being
not a
favorite?
clue.
He was the favorite in the tournament, Cam.
Yeah, he wasn't even on. I don't think he wasn't even close.
Missed the cut.
Was he?
He missed the cut.
Yeah, missed the cut.
Couldn't chip, couldn't putt.
No, my guy is Pat, or do I have to do things in order? Tell me how you guys. I haven't done a show with you guys in a while, Geoff. And it's a pleasure talking to you again, Geoff. I really miss you. How about top 20? Can I get a Jordan L. Smith sighting? Remember, I told you JLS. That's my dad's initials, John Lindsay Stewart. I like Jordan L. Smith. He came through with me for a top 20. Pat just sneaked in T18. Watch out for him. I might go with some Brits. What about not Steve Perry, but John Perry?
55 to 1, Cam. 55 is what I saw for Jordan.
John Perry. Should have been gone, knowing how I made you feel. Oh, yeah. John Perry. Must have been a dream. Oh, yeah. How we doing? Do we take Corey Connors, Pat?
No.
T10?
We're not on the T10 show. We're not betting T10. We're betting outright winners, Cam.
Oh, jeez, man. I should just leave right now. I feel like on the Muppet Show, Stadler and Waldorf are this guy sucks. This guy sucks. I don't know how you do it. I just got guys written down. No, I do like, how about Tommy Kim? Can he do it again? He's playing good golf.
Well, here's the problem. He's the same odds as Koivun. I think now might be the time to reinvest in Koivun.
I don't know. Jackson Koivun, he probably will be there. I don't know if he's going to win outright. Could Kurt Kitayama go back to back?
Based on how I've bet this year and the amount of times I've bet on Kitayama, and I am not doing it at 22-1, he's almost a lock to go back to back.
So I'm
agree.
like fixated sort of north of 50 at the moment.
All right, so you don't want the Gims, the Woodlands, the Connors, the Kims, the Hidekis, any of those guys?
No, I'm more looking at like the Rasmus Neergaard-Petersens, the maybe the Grillos.
All right, let's talk about them. Who are the guys that you like in that range? Because there's just a whole slew of players between 50 and 100. Like Max Homa jumped out to me.
You had mentioned
Homa. Good call.
I don't mind the Jordan Smith shout at all. But at this point, my first instinct is like small outright bets. I'm really looking to find like ideal without prices. I might be willing to bet this like it's the Corrales. And if you take Scottie out of it and you give it like, you look at like what odds are in those subfields. I know this is slightly better than that. Clearly there's some guys I do like. I don't know. I don't want to take them on.
What about Jackson Zuber? The guy's on fire.
Yeah, so the reason I don't like Kiefer, because this is what I put out, this is why I like him next week, is that Kiefer's, and he played pretty well at the Open until he didn't, like a lot of people did. But it turned out that the Open was a hit it wherever you want off the tee fest as well, because that fescue was so burnt out that you could, unless you were in a bush, you could play it out of there, no problem. That if you can find Kiefer at a course where there is absolutely no penalty for missing with your driver and he can hit it wherever he wants, then that's going to be a spot where he plays really well. That's what we've seen in his results so far this year, be it Houston, Scotland, the Open last week. Byron Nelson was another spot where he had played really well. And then you get to this week, not a spot where you want to be missing a ton off the tee.
What about Jack? No, I said Jackson Zuber.
Yeah, I was finishing my Kiefer point.
Oh, sorry. I'm really.
They're like player. They share a similar profile.
I get it. Sorry, man. My brain's mashed potatoes. Right
Zuber went the other way after Cust claimed that he had a very good chance of winning the Open.
Could you just tell Cust not to talk anymore?
Well, then we wouldn't have a show. My wife said. My wife said the exact same thing last night. It's like, what if
your wife?
What if you just got Tim? What if you just got Tim to write down his picks? It's like, well, then we wouldn't have a show.
Yes. No, we do with Anderson, which is what we do. You buy him fucking fast food. He tries out new things on the menu, sponge nuggets and all sorts of other bullshit. And then you know what? He writes down his stuff. You still got content, Pat. And then give him something from the time capsule from 20 years ago and see if he eats it or not. Like, enough of this shit. Every time he says something, my bets go to shit. Like, this shit's real. Everyone knows it. Like, it's just like every time he said, like, now I'm worried about my fucking New York Jets over bets.
Dude. Cam, he's talking like you picked the Jets to win a playoff game.
No,
you're like, no, I think you just picked the Jets to go over the total.
Yeah, 4.5 juice, 5.5, whatever. Anyway, no, the Jets are.
He thinks you think the Jets are great.
I just think they're a good bet for wins over.
Yeah,
that's all I said.
We know what you thought.
Well, I said it. I didn't say the Jets are going to win the fucking Super Bowl or make the playoffs. I said I like their wins total. I bet two teams, Chargers and Jets, over. So far.
Oh, geez, you're in the network now. Holy Jesus.
Yeah. Should I pick a team for this year and root for them like you guys root for your teams?
No, because that would be unnatural. It'd be like Bryson trying to do something. Like,
should I become a Cleveland Browns fan and just tell you how great the Browns are at all times?
I don't mind that at all. I think Cleveland's going to do
I'll be like one of those internet Shadur fans.
I'm going to tell you something, Pat. Can I say something crazy right now?
You can't fake the crazy.
I'm going to tell you this. This is my opinion, and people are going to rip me and call me an absolute tool and an idiot. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers finished last in that division this year. I think Cleveland has a better record than them.
Well, tune into the AFC North preview show that we will do eventually with me, you, and Pizzola.
Sounds amazing. Can't wait.
So you said Kiefer. I'm out on Kiefer, and I think that people are going to bet him this week, so he's probably not a bad play. I was more looking at Homa, Ben James, Brennan, that range of guy.
I like the Brennan shout. Sticking around these parts. What's up? Like Shooter Sean's just like falling off a map, eh?
A little bit. He played well in Scotland. Didn't get himself into the Open, but he played pretty well.
Okay. I might be staring that one out. Cam, you said Lee Hodges.
I love Lee Hodges. I think his number is, this is the type of tournament I think Lee Hodges can contend in. His number is fantastic. Perry, I talked about. He's a guy that I'm looking at. I think he's going to do well this week. Jordan L. Smith. I'm taking a couple journeymans from England. And you know what, Pat? I don't give a shit if he won last year. I think Kurt Kitayama can do it again.
I think he can do it again. I just don't know if I want to get there 20-1.
Yeah, it's shitty odds. You're right.
I just bet Grillo at 110.
That's
wow. What a price. He should be like 65, 70.
And that has drawn my attention to someone else at 100.
Who?
Jesper Svensson.
Oh yeah, Svensson.
Is he too gassed from the Open Championship?
Maybe.
Svensson dinners. Yeah.
But there's a lot of water here, and as we sort of acknowledge, for a guy who hits it pretty far, he's like kind of on the accurate side of far hitters.
That I would agree with you. Here are the best players in the field with high water danger over the past 18 months per round. Scottie Scheffler, numero uno. Zach Blair, who's been playing some relatively good golf.
Incredible. Did you see his beard?
Oh yeah, this guy's
he shaved it. He shaved it the next week.
Jake Knapp, Max McGreevy, Austin Smotherman, Taylor Moore, Rasmus Højgaard, Kitayama, Ben Coles, Doug Gim, Yella Miraju, Kevin Roy, Mav McNeely, Cam Champ, Johnny Kiefer. Maybe Kiefer is the play. Baushu, Keith Mitchell, Michael Kim, Hideki, Jesper Svensson, Bezadenhout. And then
there's a lot of love for Cam Champ this week for some golf hipsters, right? Like
Cam Champ,
yeah. Former winner of this event.
Yes, that's why, Geoff. I think some people think he's going to find lightning in a bottle. I'm not sure.
400, I see.
That's what?
Are you thinking it should be shorter?
Yes, 400-1 in this field. Yes, I do. I know he's not been great, but that number's insanity. Like 400-1.
Sounds like you want to be the hipster betting on Cam Champ now.
400-1. Like I might throw like $10 on it and try to hit a home run here.
I just don't see who it's going to be for me. Like
400's at a very sketchy buck. We'll say call it 300.
Okay, thank you.
We'll call it 300. I see a 300 and a very legitimate.
300 still good. 300.
Homa was interesting to me. He was T3 here, like when he played it ages ago, T39 a year ago. He played pretty well at the Open Championship, not so well at the ISCO. Just lost at the John Deere Classic, came in second place because Coles ended up fucking off in that tournament. T20 in Canada, T22 at the Schwab. He's starting to put together some decent rounds now. I was surprised to see him with his name value so low on the board. I thought that, shockingly,
he's desperate too.
He is, but like, he's playing relatively well. He's 55-1. I was just surprised to see Doug Gim at 40-1 versus Homa.
Homa might be a play this week. Like this guy, he has the skill set. He's grinding back. You said it, Pat, lost it, now getting better. And take a look at the field. Like Max Homa can be there. And I think the price is right too. Like you're getting a nice price on Homa and he's actually trending in a better direction. So I don't have any problem with that pick. I might add him to my card.
Who else has won here recently?
You had Kitayama, Lee Hodges, Cameron Champ, Matthew
Thompson,
Wolf.
Waterseal.
Matthew Wolf was the big one the first year he won.
You read that list, then I'm like, should I not be betting Potgieter?
Potgieter fits with a lot of those guys. Absolutely.
Potgieter. Eater done. Yeah, that's what's his odds?
Matt Wolf and Champ, like imagine how we were betting this thing the year after Matt Wolf and Champ won.
Sure,
I'm still pissed off about that fucking tournament on TV where I got a 3-up lead and they go, who cares about the fucking rules? Closest to the pin wins. I'm like, what? Like, I remember seeing that. You're Kobe, like, we had money on this thing. And I'm like, this is such bullshit. What? So you change the rules of a tournament and then Rory's team wins because he knocks it closer? That was fucking bullshit. And people are getting rebates for bad, shitty NFL bets they make. That was horseshit. I should have sued them if I had a lawyer like Salino and Barnes.
The Johnny Knuckles books, they don't give no rebates.
No, they don't. They say, fuck you. No sauce, no sausage, no charcuterie. You know what? Fuck off. We don't care. So I like the good old days.
The weird thing about the Cam Champ win, when you look at the numbers, he gained less than a stroke off the tee the year that he won. He gained almost 9 strokes putting that year. Because the reason that I like Brennan, and I just like Brennan in general, but like Vegas won, that was 2 years ago now, or maybe that was last year. Now I can't even remember. But again, he's a long, accurate player. Like, if I'm going to take distance into consideration, I need to have some accuracy. So what you said about Jesper Svensson actually kind of resonates. That would be the type of player, like the profile to go after.
I need to say something because it's 3M week, and that just reminded me. I have a book. It's a good book. Like, the book is fine. They recently underwent a name change, whatever. We don't got to get into details. They still have a pending bet in my account from 2023, and it's Tony Finau to win the 3M Open.
Okay.
That's fucking.
Do you remember, Pat, how you could, like, there were certain books at the beginning of the year
I
would
remember.
let you bet on all of, they'd have props on, like, the defending champion to win that event again. So it wasn't like so it was a weird market. I might have been the only person to make the bet because they didn't even know to clear it. It still sits in my pending account.
Did he win?
No, I would have complained if he won that it was still pending.
So here are some of the best guys, the longest guys in the field with some plus accuracy. Someone named Ryder Cowan's actually number 1, but that's only with 4 rounds of details to go on him. Other than that, it's Ben James. Ben James is actually second in accuracy of all these guys. Koivun, when we have Stefano Mazzoli, who coming off of his win, but
unreal.
Will Gordon, who actually placed really well in Punta Cana as well. Neil Shipley is another one high on that list. Preston Stout, Scheffler, Ari Iggs, Doug Gim, Cameron Champ, Jordan L. Smith, William Mao, the chairman, Trace Crow, Luke List, Shooter Sean Yelamaraju would be another one. Sam Stevens, Sung Jae, Rico Hoey, Chris Ventura, Kurt Kitayama. That's your list of guys that are plus distance, but also positive in accuracy.
Chris Ventura, golf detective. Where's he been? I'm taking. What was I saying? So this Italian guy who won, Pat. Like, where did he go to school? Like, what's the deal? Like,
I'd never heard of this guy before.
Like, and we watch golf like every single tournament and whatever. Like, he just came out of the woods. Like, Gordon Sargent was there. What's Koivun's number?
Koivun's 32-1.
Yeah, you think that's fair? Or do you want more?
It's either really fair or wildly unfair. We just don't know with him yet.
Yeah, you're right. I don't care. My bet is Jordan L. Smith. That is my guy, and I'm going with him. Here's the problem with Jordan L. Smith.
This is the same guy that used to piss down his leg when he was up by 5 in any DP World Tour event to lose it. He's just going to pop.
He's different now.
Every time that he has shown up on a leaderboard this year in America, it's been like, he was the guy who gagged it to Fitzpatrick at the Valspar. He was in the running at Colonial. Every time he gets close to winning, he just goes off the rails bad.
Well, that's perfect. If it's a 2-man race, I can hedge out because his odds are so good. But anyway, I'm taking him, Pat. I'm definitely taking. I know we're not allowed to talk about T10s or T20s or anything. Anyway, I'm taking Jordan L. Smith.
The only
Shout out to my father.
The other one below 100 I was looking at too, Geoff, was Casey Jarvis, who ended up T6 at the Open.
No, Casey Jarvis might be a sneaky play.
90-1.
That's good. That's a good number.
If you go into the bomb territory, I bet Coles again because I gotta stick with my guy Ben Coles.
That supermarket or whatever fucking clothing.
Did you
store
say you're
state.
betting
Coles
John
sucks.
Perry, Pat?
I am. I'm betting John Perry. Should have been golf.
Yeah, I don't really have
crickets. I love it. Tumbleweed.
Anyway, I'm laughing. You can't see.
Sorry, Geoff. I'm just a moron. I like John Perry. I think that he actually. But the problem is, Patty doesn't hit it long enough. But he's accurate.
Yeah, if you need a cut made, John Perry's your guy.
Yeah, I like that. I'm John Perry to make the cut.
Will Gordon's 350-1, Geoff.
Dude, Will Gordon blows.
Will Gordon was a nice T4 in Punta Cana last week.
Is he really really?
Yeah.
Wow.
T4, T6. He made a charge on Sunday.
Okay, I could be making it up. I'll just open it up myself.
Yep.
Yeah, T4.
ADDC had been playing some like decent golf in some of these Goober events, and this course could really suit him.
Did Chasson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also the guy who's like the slowest on tour.
Yes, this is true. Has he been playing well in these events? T39 at the ISCO, T51 at John
Maybe
Deere.
like 6 weeks ago, I'm thinking then.
T53 at the US Open. Cut. The guy finished 12th in Houston in March. That was good.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it sounds pretty shit.
I thought you opened it up. and looked.
Don't worry,
No,
Geoff.
I mentioned, I said I could just open it up myself. You beat me to it.
I'm
Yeah.
betting shit, guys. I don't care. You know what the thing is, Pat? And we've talked about this. It's like football. When the whole world's on Fitzpatrick, bad things happen. So I want to find a guy that's decent. That like that shit actually rings true. It rings true. Like when you talk to the Stew Dog or you talk to the book and go, who are the most bet golfers? Usually it doesn't go very well. Let's just call it for what it is.
Hey,
when too many people are on a guy, it's a problem.
One of the most tipped at this tournament last year was Kurt Kitayama.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my argument's shit.
Well, I think it's. I think you tend to remember when everyone's on one guy and he doesn't play well. Then everyone. We have a collective memory of that happen. We don't have the collective memory of everyone betting on Tom Kim 2 weeks ago and being like, "Hey, we all won. This is great."
Good. That was a great pick. But yeah, I got a lot of. Geoff knows too. We like to have fun, so I got a lot of wires in my brain. Snip, 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 snip. Like I remember certain things and I forget people's birthdays and other shit like that. Like my mind is. It's got a lot of holes, Pat.
What about Haotong?
A lot of divots.
Free of the curse.
It may be.
Haotong Lee?
There's a lot of ways where it can go wrong for Haotong at this
A lot
course.
of water for bad Haotong.
Yeah, he likes water.
Well, Keith
does
Mitchell's
his
been
mom.
playing like shit after a really nice run. He's won a PGA National before. Michael Thompson completed the PGA National waterlogged course with the 3M, like Kitayama did Bay Hill in here as well.
Should we be talking more about the good players?
I mean, do you want to bet the good player? Are you betting Hideki?
I mean, Hideki at third. I mean, I guess you got to snap.
I'm not.
No, I'm not. I don't think I would get there, and I don't think I'd bet Keith Mitchell. So there's not really.
Homa seems to be the guy, Pat, and he's not even. He's down on the list. He's a guy that can play. Desperate, played well here before. I mean, we might have a Max Homa sighting this week.
I mean, I guess there's only like 9 players under 50 to 1, and like 8 if you don't even count Scheffler, who's like a default own thing.
I didn't look at it, but I need to take a quick gander of how Jake Knapp struck the ball last week. I saw him putt from off the green to make birdie on 18 when he was missing the cut. That happened during the Cut Sweat show.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
How are you betting Jake Knapp? The guy just came back, and his odds are shit. Like, I like him. He's been good to me, but
the ball. Well, I mean, the guy was going off at this price earlier on in the year in strong fields when he was playing well.
Yeah.
He played like crap the first 2 events that he was back from his injury, and he missed the cut in Scotland, but he struck the shit out of the ball in Scotland, which was the first time he had done that since he returned. The driving was back, the irons were back. It was just a blip for him with the putter, which has been kind of his strong suit this year. And this course fits him like everything that I said about Brennan. Knapp is just the better version of Brennan.
great. You know what, Pat? You couldn't have said any better. I love Jake Knapp. He's come through for me. He's been really good. I just worry about the layoff, but you're saying if he's starting to feel it again and he's hitting crisp shots, then he could be very dangerous. See, now I got to knock some guys out. Like, I don't want to bet like 8 outrights in this tournament. I want like 4 or 5, and I'm going to stick to the game plan. Knapp's good.
Let's see, Jake Knapp. Let's give you a search here, Jake Knapp, to figure out what you did. Jake Knapp was cut. I mean, that I know. Thank you. But I don't want round 4 stats. I want the entire. The Open website is not great for this stuff.
No, it's horrible.
Not
Geoff, what are you doing today? You golfing?
No, I'm going to see Pizzola.
Oh, wow. You guys are really doing a lot of golfing and hanging, at the mini putt competitions and all sorts of stuff. Right?
Yeah, we've golfed one time this year, and we did play mini putt like 3 years ago. But no, I go down into Liberty on Monday.
Nice.
You know what? Knapp. So Knapp last week missed the cut at +2. So he missed the cut by a stroke. He gained almost 2 strokes tee to green. The around the green was good. He gained a half stroke on approach. He gained about a quarter stroke driving. Like, he was above the field in all of those numbers. He just couldn't make a putt to save his life, and that's been his strong suit all year. Maybe I'll bet Jake Knapp. And I bet you no one will bet him, so that number will get better. I see him at 30 now. If he went off at 35, 40, I wouldn't be stunned.
Pat, you sold me on that. This is if he's like starting to figure it out, this is the perfect course for him. He has the game. If he can just putt for average, he'll be very, very he'll be good. He'll be in the mix for sure, and that's pretty good. We look at the names in this fucking field. It's you know what I mean. So yeah.
Is your buddy Pontus Nyholm here?
I don't know. I might have a Pontus Nye. Oh yeah, he's in the field. He's 250 to 1. He and Nick Dunlap.
Oh. Dunlap actually was he T14 last week in Punta Cana? I think he was top 20, wasn't he? Or just outside? Anyway, I'm not betting Nick Dunlap.
Harry Higgs is 350 to 1.
Hefty Harry Higgs? No thanks.
He's lost some weight.
Yeah, he has. It's hard to lose weight when you're a big guy, but Just got to put in the work.
What's Meisner do good again?
I don't know.
Mac Meisner? Meisner, he's good, man.
He kind of does everything across the board kind of well. He's one of those guys.
You know what, Geoff? That's a name that could be very interesting, actually. He's a good golfer.
Yeah, I mean, Meisner's coming in playing good golf. He was even T30 at the Scottish, T6.
You know Mac Meisner's like, what's his number?
65.
Oh, my God, that's fantastic. Oh, man, now you guys are getting me to think about everybody. I can't bet, like I told you.
Yeah, we're just talking through it. Is that fantastic, though?
Yes,
like,
it
I didn't
is.
look at Meisner 65 and be like, that's...
Yeah,
I might bet him,
like
but-
Meisner's the same odds as Sam Stevens.
Okay. Who do you like more?
Stevens, probably.
I like Meisner this week more.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to bet these guys though. I'm not going to bet either one of those two. I'd rather.
Didn't like Glover play amazing at an event, and everyone bet him at the John Deere, and he played well but didn't win. And
he played. He should have won the John Deere and didn't. Then we all bet him the next week for the ISCO, and then he was winning that until that was the biggest giveaway tournament in history.
Well, you like Lucas Glover, Geoff?
No, but I'm saying he almost won the Deere. He was like in it deep at the ISCO, and this is another shitty event. He's 130 to 1. Like he's in real good form.
That's what I did with Ben Coles. I was like, I bet this guy, and then I didn't bet him when he was like the favorite at the ISCO, and he still came like T15 that week. Now everyone's off him. He's back over 100 to 1. Seems like a good time to get back in.
I don't think I'll get there myself, but just noteworthy.
All right, let's do some quick picks for who we have. Cam, you can lead us off with the bets that you've made so far. If you want to give T10s and 20s, go for it.
Thanks. No, I got to go pick up my painter because he's got no car, and I got to bring his kids over here. So I better bring a football and a couple other things here. This is going to be a fun day today. You got to be kidding me. Anyway, let's go. Kurt Kitayama, yes. John Perry, top 20. Pat says make the cut. Lee, don't call me Gil Hodges from CSI. Too good of a price. Jordan L. Smith, it's personal. That's my father's initials. Like him. Pat, you sold me on Jake take an afternoon nap.
I don't. Okay, for the record, I don't know if I'm betting Jake Knapp yet.
Well, I am. I am now.
Okay.
All you have to do is talk to me. I might take
All you
home.
had to do is say his name.
That's it. What?
All you had to do is say his name.
Yeah, Cam. The fact that we list everyone's names on these shows to show the ranges, I think is bad news for you because you just want to bet them all when you hear them.
That's what I don't like about this. I want things to be more condensed. But Geoff knows I'm like those guys. Like my brain doesn't operate the same way as other people. I hear things and I want to bet it. Like I want to bet on everything. Like I want to bet on a horse race. I want to bet like anything that's available. If there's two kids, like I'll bet them in a running race in my complex. Like I just love it. Like it gets my blood flowing. But anyway, Brennan. I think Brennan is a dangerous player this week. And Pat, your Homa points make a lot of sense. It's a great number for a guy who used to be one of the best players in the world. He can get it together. He's starting to play better.
So, Geoff, for me, I have 3 bets in right now. I bet Ben James at 60 to 1 with 5 places. I bet Ben Coles 175 to 1 with the 3 places. And instead of playing the non-Scottie market, that some of my bets just might be the 3-place market, and I'll try to get my money out of it that way. And then Max Homa 50 to 1 with the 5 places for me. And then I'm swimming around Jarvis, Brennan, Koivun versus Knapp for that spot down low. And that might be it for me.
I guess I got a lot to burn because I'm not going low at the moment. But the bet that's in is Grillo at 110, also above 100. I'm for sure betting Jesper. I had mentioned Taylor Pendrith. I've actually seen his number get bigger since I spoke about him, which is just a little concerning. So that one can breathe. No rush for a decision. Brennan, Shootersham, Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen, are guys I'm zoned in on, and I bet Ben James last week, so maybe over 50 I'd get in again. But yeah, I don't know that I'll have anyone under 50. If I do,
it could be dangerous, Geoff. Like this.
If I do, it'll be like someone who's probably 45 or something. I could always be tempted by a Koivun, Cam, because like I'm always willing to. Like I love a Kelly Taylor, Kelly Kapowski, like you pretty thing. Like, come on now. I see the ceiling there.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I like it.
You don't know what Kelly Kapowski is?
Yeah, from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, just
So why? How does a guy from Auburn University relate to Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell? Like, who's Mr. Belding, the caddy? Like,
just like when you're like a 13-year-old boy and you see Kelly Kapowski, like just Jackson, he's like the fresh meat. He's just like the hot young guy, the hot young kid.
Yeah, like the guy that Stifler's mom would say, "Let's fucking bang." I get it. Go Auburn, War Tiger.
But that being said, like. Ben James is just sitting there. He's like Topanga Lawrence, getting a little less credit, but some people might have him above.
So
I think sex with anybody is a good way to go. If you can get it, take it.
Of your early '90s references, where would Preston Stout come in on that list?
That's a great
AC
great
Slater.
Question. Pardon?
Not.
No, I'm trying to think. I don't have like a full catalog of, it's just like my favorites that have lasted.
Is Preston Stout like Hillary from Fresh Prince? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we? Yeah, seriously. Like,
Preston Stout could be like Jessica Biel from Seventh Heaven.
Ooh, innocent looking, but who knows? Yeah, into the good stuff. Yeah, I got it.
One and done picks for the week. I'll take Koivun as my one and done because this might be my last chance to use him.
Oh, yeah, good.
Oh, I do a one and done, too? Who do we
No. Okay, Cust already picked the one. Cust is taking Rasmus Højgaard, who may or may not be in the field.
Oh, great. Okay.
No, he's here.
One and done. One and done, Brennan.
Okay, how about you, Geoff? I got the list here.
I'll take Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen.
There's a chance you've used him already.
Oh, man.
I haven't used
you know what? Untrue.
I might have used him at the Honda. You could be right.
Cust used him already somehow.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
RMP. There we go for Geoff. All right. That was the Open. That was the 3M. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. The show will come out on Tuesday next week, as we'll have a special me, Cust, and Geoff show coming out on Monday. Rob Cam and I have more Best Bets previews, one this week, one next week, both dropping, plus the Fantasy Football Show. And the final word with Alex Blickle this week, because Keith Stewart is on vacation. Thank you all for watching. Smash like on the way out, and I will see you next time.
Mayo Experience! Experience!